Hello everybody, welcome to AhamBrahasmi. We at certain point in life, because of certain life situations, are forced to think about certain deep questions about our own existence. Whether we take it seriously or not, that depends from person to person. But these questions tend to arrive in everybody's case at some point in life. That who we are, whether the reality which we think or we know is absolutely true, or is it something else. The God which we believe in is just a mere figment of our imagination, or is it a true reality? And the body mind complex, our own, we think that we are living as an individual trapped in a body mind complex. Are we this individual who we think we are, or we are something beyond this? We are consciousness, or we are something else apart from this? We are going to investigate into this question today, and with the help of Advaita Vedanta. It is a main school of Indian philosophy, which gives us one simple methodology. One of the methodologies, we are taking one of the logics which very easily, in simplistic terms, explains us that the reality which we think that this is who we are, like a person with a body, with the mind, with the intellect, with a false sense of identification. We are not this, we are beyond this, which is known as consciousness. That is what Advaita Vedanta tells. And this pure consciousness, remember, it is known as Atma, it is known as Chaitanya, it is known as Brahman, it is known as God. It is you can name it anything, you can call it give it any name: Shiva, Allah, Ram, Vishnu, Devi, anything what you call it. These are just mere names. The absolute reality is that oneness, that pure absolute non-dual infinite pure existence, consciousness and bliss, which is beyond space, time and causation. That is the absolute reality, and we are that. There is no literal difference between us and that. So, and any person who thinks that, it is not blasphemy or stupidity to think that you are God. No, not in the sense of the body, but in the sense of pure being, pure awareness, pure consciousness. We are same. There is no literal difference. The person who thinks there is the difference, he is trapped in ignorance, the ajnana. That is what Advaita Vedanta tells. Now, we are going to investigate into this with a simple methodology or a logic known as Panchakosha Viveka. Now, Panchakosha Viveka means the logic of 5 layers or 5 sheaths. So, these are the 5 sheaths of the body. Now, what are they? So, here in the table, you can see that first layer is known as the Annamaya Kosha. Annamaya Kosha means it is the physical body, the gross body, which we see in front of us, which people see from outside. So the thing here is that Annamaya Kosha means Anna means food. So it is the body which is made of food and water. So our external body, which through which we are experiencing the world, because it has what? Sensory organs, motor organs, and because of these senses and because of the motor organs, we are experiencing the world around us. But how is this body made? It is made of food and water, nothing more than that. It is known as gross physical body or Sthula Sharira. Now, next point is Pranamaya Kosha. Now we delve within. Now Pranamaya Kosha is known as, there is no absolute correct term for prana in English, but you can take it like prana is not breath. Breath is just one of the prana vayus. So there are total 5 kind of prana vayus, but the thing here is breath is one of them. Breath is one of them. It's like Pran is like life force. You can take it like life force, the electrical impulses which are running in our body, which gives us all kind of commands to do the things, and the decision making which is happening by the brain. The electrical impulses are conveying it. So the thing here is that prana is responsible for that, and it is responsible for all physiological functions. Now there are total 5 prana vayus in the body. Saman, Udan, Vyan, Apan and Prana. So there are total 5 prana vayus located in various parts of the body, and they control the body through nadis. Nadis are the energy centers in the body, or like nodes, energy nodes in the body, which through which the prana vayus flow and they govern the body's physiological functions. So what kind of physiological functions? All the involuntary functions like heartbeat, temperature, brain mechanism, decision making, digestion, assimilation, or any kind of involuntary function which we don't do. Our body is naturally taking care of it. So that is governed by prana vayu, pranamaya kosha, and this is the part of subtle body or sukshma sharira. Next here is manomaya kosha. Manomaya kosha, mana means mind. Now remember, in philosophy and science, mind has different meaning. So in philosophy, mind is only an instrument of the body which only contains emotions, feelings and desires. But in science, mind is interchangeably used with brain. So it's like they think that they say that it's responsible for emotions, feelings, desires and logic, reason and everything. No, in philosophy there is a concrete distinction between the two. Mind only is a faculty of the body which only governs or controls emotions, feelings and desires. It does not have logic and reason or cognition. That is in the part of Vijnanamaya kosha. Now the fourth layer of our body is Vijnanamaya kosha. Vijnana means intellect, intelligence, things which we deduce from logic, which we deduce from experience, which we deduce from scientific facts. That is Vijnanamaya kosha. So Vijnanamaya kosha contains two things. One is intellect and second is conscious ego. Now what is intellect? Simple. It is the intellect is responsible for logic, cognition, intelligence of our body, learning, memories, decision making, calculation, analysis, research ability. These kind of things, they are all governed by the intellect. Now next is conscious ego. What is conscious ego? The thing, ego means identity, the thing which you think you are. But we are talking about false ego. False ego means, conscious means when you are alive, not alive, when you are awake. When you are awake in the waking world, when you are awake and you think that this is who I am. Like, I am a person with this kind of body and I am a male or a female. I am a human being. I am born, this is my name. I am born in a particular family, a nation, a religion, a culture, a tradition. I have a particular career. I studied these things. These are my belief systems and ideologies. These are all superimposed identities which have been given to you after the birth. And remember, you have not taken conscious decision in any of them because they have been given to you after the birth. Did you make a conscious decision that okay, this is going to be my own name, or this is going to be the place where I will be born, or this is going to be the family where I will be born, these will be my parents, or this will be my nation where I will be born, this will be my birthplace where I will be born? Nobody knows who chooses it. So the thing here is that it's all governed by the nature, the Maya. But after birth, we think that these things make us, these things are our identity, but it's not. So it is known as false ego, which is reinforced by memory. Like your name is also a memory. Since birth, you have been called by a particular name, and it is just a memory in the mind. If you lose that memory, you will forget your name also. So thing here is that false ego is the ego, means identity, which we think we are, but ultimately we are not. We will speculate it later how we are that, how we are not. Now the last is Anandamaya kosha. Ananda means bliss. So Anandamaya kosha is the part of causal body, Karana Sharira, and it contains ego in seed form, reflected consciousness. So what is ego in seed form? The best example to describe Anandamaya kosha is deep sleep. When you are in the moment of deep sleep, you lose all the awareness of your physical body as well as your mind, because mind also deactivates when you are deep sleep. It is like dreamless sleep. There are no dreams. Mind is not active. Body is there, but you are not aware of the body. You are not aware of anything. Complete utter silence. Nothing whatsoever for at that moment of deep sleep is there for every person. But when you wake up, then you realize that okay, I slept. I slept very peacefully in a deep sleepy state. So that realization is happening when you are waking up, but at that moment you are completely in utter silence, state of utter silence. But when you are in that utter state of silence, remember, still the sense of I, ego means I, so sense of I is still there. Why? Because when you are waking up, who is the one who remembers that I slept in a deep silent deep sleep state? Who remembers that? So the one who is remembering it means that I is still present there, even though it is in seed form. It is the mind is not active, the physical body awareness is not there, the awareness of the external surrounding is not there, but still that utter silence still contains the ego in seed form. So that is Anandamaya Kosha. Now, why it is known as Ananda means bliss, but why it is known as bliss? Because this is only a state which gives you, even though it is for temporary stage, but the thing here is that it gives you temporary or momentary silence and freedom from the suffering, no matter how big it is. For example, let's suppose a person who has had surgery and he is in deep utter pain, okay. But when that person sleeps in deep sleep, he loses all the consciousness and awareness of the pain going on in the body, all the mental trauma which that person he was experiencing while he was awake. Mind has also shut down, awareness of the body has also gone. Still, it does not mean the wound is not there. The wound is still there. The body is still there, but for that moment of deep sleep, he has lost all the awareness, and hence he is experiencing complete utter silence and bliss. Even though it is temporary, but he is experiencing it. That is why it is known as Anandamaya Kosha, where you lose all the consciousness of the waking world and of the dream world, but still you are in a state of utter silence with a seed form of ego, and you lose awareness of everything else. Everything else is just completely shut down, and you are in a state of in a state where you lose your awareness to your suffering. No matter how big your suffering is going on in your waking world, but you lose it, even though it is temporary. That is why it is known as the bliss sheath, Anandamaya Kosha. Now, we will investigate that. No doubt these 5 layers are there in our body. We are made of them, but we are none of them. This is mithya. Mithya means apparent reality, which tends to appear, but when you speculate, it will vanish away. That is mithya, Maya. Now, Vedanta says, Advaita Vedanta says that Panchakosha, these 5 layers are there, but they are existing in what? In relative reality. They are not our absolute reality, because they are not independent in existence. Now, how? We are going to see it. So first here is how I am not any of these Panchakoshas, none of these 5 layers, but how? So first is understand 2 principles. First principle is anything which we can experience. Vedanta says anything which we can experience is ultimately false and not real. Why? This is a very big claim, because science says that anything which you can experience, that is ultimately real, because it is in front of you. But Vedanta says no, that is not our not our concern, because our search is for the subject. If you can experience anything, that thing will become an object to you. And our quest is for the I. Who am I? I am searching for that. I am looking for an answer that what is my absolute reality? Am I this body, or I am something beyond this? So if my quest is for the I, the absolute reality, the subject, then anything which I can experience will be ultimately an object to me, and hence not real for me. Why I should bother about it? Next thing here is anything in which change is possible, that is also ultimately false or not real. Why? Because the thing here is that in pure awareness, change is not possible. If somebody asks you to give an evidence of being alive, what you can say? That I am conscious, I can experience the things, I am seeing the things. That is the only evidence that I am alive. It means that consciousness, awareness is the only thing which is our evidence of being alive. And remember, if you say that no, I am not conscious, it means that you are denying your existence. So it's simply illogical. The thing here is that in consciousness means that I am aware of the things. If I am aware of the things, remember, in pure awareness, change is not possible. Why? Because let's suppose if change is possible in pure awareness, who will be aware? There will be somebody who will be aware that something has changed, and that change will become an object to the awareness. Hence, it will be separate from the awareness, and it will become an object to that. So our search is not for the object. Hence, change is not possible in pure awareness. If you did not understood this line, go back and listen again. But this is very important to understand that why in pure awareness change is not possible. And remember, change is not change is always with respect to time. It is always with respect to time. If something is free from change, it does not change at all, change is not applicable upon it. It means that it is beyond time, it is beyond space, because space and time are in continuum with each other, and hence it becomes beyond causation, beyond space, time and causation, all three. That is why we say that Atma, pure consciousness, the Brahman, the God, whatever you call it, the names are different, it is one thing, absolute reality. It is beyond space, time and causation. Advaita says that Brahman, the absolute reality, is non-dual, infinite, pure existence, consciousness and bliss, beyond space, time and causation. And why it is? The reason is this. And you are that. You are none. You are nothing apart from it. You are that, non-dual. So apply these two principles upon the Panchakoshas. So first here is the Annamaya Kosha. So the literal physical body which we see. First is, are we not aware of our physical body? The answer is yes. You are constantly aware of the world as well as your physical body, because you have senses, sensory organs, motor organs. With the help of them, you are able to experience the world also, and hence the world is an object to you because you are constantly experiencing it, and you are aware of the body. Let's suppose I move my hand. Am I not aware that I am moving my hand? Am I not aware that, okay, this hand is I decided to take this action that, okay, I will move my hand. So this means that who is aware? Am I aware of the hand, or hand is aware of me? I am aware of the hand. It means that it is an object to me. The body is an object to me. Annamaya Kosha. Hence it is not ultimately real. I am not this. This is not the subject. Next thing here is, does it not change? It changes, because when you are born, you grow up, then body acquires many changes in due process of life. It acquires growth, it acquires diseases, it acquires old age, it acquires ultimately the death. So body decays and dies ultimately, so it changes. Next point, so we are not the Annamaya Kosha. Next point here is the Pranamaya Kosha. Are we not experiencing the prana? So for example, I said that prana, like your heartbeat, it's an involuntary action. It is controlled by the prana. And the breath which you take, the inhaling and exhaling process, it is controlled by the prana. So are you not aware that, okay, even though my heart is not under my control, it's involuntary, it manages on its own. But the thing here is that, am I not aware of the heartbeat which is going on in my body? Am I not experiencing it? The breath which I am taking, am I not experiencing the exhaling and inhaling process of the breath? Am I not aware of this? I am. So the physiological functions governed by the pranavayus, the Pranamaya Kosha, that is also, we are constantly experiencing it. We are aware of that. And hence it is an object to us. It is not us. It is an object to us, not the subject. Does it not change? It changes. Like with respect to time, as the body ages, diseases happen, metabolism goes down, other physiological functions tend to alter. So the thing here is that change is always there in internal physiological function with respect to time. Hence, change is also there, and we are aware of the physiological functions even though they are not under our voluntary control, but still we are aware of it. Hence, we are not the pranamaya kosha. Next thing here is the manomaya kosha. Manomaya kosha means the mind. Are we not the mind? No. The thing, remember, mind is extremely powerful. It has an overwhelming control upon you. But remember, you are not the mind. Mind is just an instrument of the body. It is very powerful instrument, but it is still an instrument which contains what? Your feelings, emotions and desires. So, are you not aware of your feelings, emotions and desires? You are. You are very, very much aware. They feel very real. But remember, there is a difference between you and your feelings. If you are feeling happy, you are feeling sad. You are not the sadness. You are not the happiness. You are the witness of the sadness. You are the witness of the happiness. You are the witness of the state of mind which you are going through at that particular moment. You are not that feeling, no matter how overwhelming it is, no matter how powerful it is and how big control it has upon you. But still, you are not that. You are the witness and experiencer of it. Hence, it means that there is a difference between you and your feelings and emotions which you are experiencing. Hence, mind is an object to us. Then, does it not change? It changes. Your desires change, your feelings change, your emotions change, and in a day only, they change too much. So, it means that we are not our mind, because it is object to us and it changes. Hence, it is separate from us. I am not this, I am the witness of it. Next, go beneath. Then is Vijnanamaya kosha. Vijnanamaya kosha contains intellect and false ego. So, intellect contains what? Logic, reason, cognition, understanding, memory, learning, intelligence, all these things. So, let's suppose we talked about learning. So, who knows that you know these things? This is particular knowledge which you have. There is somebody who knows that, who is aware of the knowledge, who is aware of the learning which has been done so far in life. Then, who is aware of the memories? Memories are the part of intellect. Are you not aware of your memories, your good memories, your bad memories? So, you are aware. Your name also is a memory. Since birth, your name has been called by you have been called by a particular name. It is just a memory. Are you not aware of your name? The answer is yes. So, it means that it is an object. No doubt, it is very powerful again. We think that we are this, but ultimately remember, if you speculate this, it is very subtle, but it is evident all the time. We don't see this. We don't have a habit of seeing ourselves in this manner. So the thing here is that we are not the intellect, because we are constantly aware of the faculties which are controlled by the intellect. Then, do they not change? They change. Your memories change. The learning, the knowledge which you gain, you don't forget what you learned? You forget also. You lose the memories over a period of time. Your cognition tends to become what you can say down over a period of time when you grow to old age. So remember that intellect also is shifting, it is varying, it is changing with respect to time. Hence we are not that, because it is an object to us. We are the witness of the intellect. Next is false ego. False ego is the things which you think you are, but you are none of them. Like the fact that I am a human, I am male or a female, my name, my nationality, religion, family, culture, tradition, career, all these ideologies which I believe in. So all these things which are actually giving me an identity in the material world. But if I speculate, I am none of them. Because remember, are you not aware of all these things? The answer is yes. You are so aware of them that you think you are it. You are that. So that is the problem. This is ajnana, this is ignorance in its very crude, raw form. So thing here is that, are you not aware of your name? Are you not aware of the fact that you are a human? Are you not aware of the fact that you are a male or a female? Are you not aware of the fact that you are a particular person born in a particular family, in a culture, in a tradition, in a nation? Are you not aware of these things? The answer is yes. The answer is that we are so aware of them that we think that this is who we are. That is the problem. And remember, who is the one who is aware of that? You are that. You are not these. So you are not false ego also. Now, does it not change? The answer is it changes also. Why? Because in the past life, you had a different identity, different things, different world. You don't remember it now. In same thing, this life will end, and you will not remember the current life at all, the current identity which you have. So ego changes. And another point, let's suppose you are not a believer of this past life. Death is certain. You can't ignore death. Death is certain fact. So at the time of death, the ego which you had been given at the time of birth, it is going to die. It is going to end. Hence, change is what is change? Change is momentary death. Anything changes, it means that it is dying momentarily. So hence, when ego dies, when death happens, then your identities are going to go away. So the thing here is that you are not that, and hence we are not the false ego. We are not the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Now the last is Anandamaya Kosha. I already explained Anandamaya Kosha, because in Anandamaya Kosha, remember, ego is in seed form, but still you are there. Remember why? Because when you wake up from the deep sleep, you know that I slept. I know, I recollect the experience of the deep sleep. So when you wake up, you know about the experience of having the deep sleep. It means that it is an object to you. You know the experience. You recollect the experience. Does it not change? It changes. You are not always sleeping in deep state. You have dreams also. You are in waking world also. It changes. So the thing here is that bliss, bliss sheath, the Anandamaya Kosha, it is not permanent. And one more thing, the reflected consciousness, it is being reflected in the chitta. Chitta is a collection of ego, intellect and mind combined together. So the absolute, just to give you an example, you will be understanding it better. It's like sun shining through the water. Okay, so it's like sun is out there in the sky, but it is giving its reflection in the water. And when the water is really calm, then you see the clear reflection of the sun. If the water is disturbed, you can't see the reflection of the sun. It is hazy. So in the same way, the reflected consciousness means the pure consciousness is always there, which we call as God, the Brahman, the Shuddha Chaitanya. You call it by any name. It is always present, out like there, shining bright in the sky like sun, and its light is its reflection is falling upon the lake, the water of the chitta. Chitta means the collection of ego, intellect and mind combined together. And when we understand that we are none of them, and when we calm our mind down to utter state of silence, then we are able to witness that absolute reflected consciousness. That is also that is what Chidabhas is known as. That is the part of Anandamaya Kosha, ego in seed form. It is still there, okay? Because what you are witnessing is still the reflection, not the actual sun. So remember that is the difference. So that is why it is we are not that also. So here we have established the fact that we are not any of those Panchakoshas. No doubt it might seem real, but it is relative reality, and it is mithya, it is illusion. It tends to appear like it is real, but when you investigate and speculate, you come to a realization you are none of them. Now, we are what? We are pure consciousness of Brahman, which is the witness of ego, intellect, mind, body and the world. That is all Panchakoshas. It manifests itself through them. Without consciousness, none of them will exist. If I say, I take away your consciousness, your body will exist? No, the body won't experience anything. The experience is gone now. So the thing here is that it manifests itself through them, without which nothing else will exist. It is ever the subject, never an object, and it is not an object to acquire or reach. If you think that, okay, I will reach a state and I will gain consciousness, no, you are that. It is you. It just is. It just is, and it is you. There is no difference. If you think that it is an object, you are mistaken. So you cannot experience Brahman. Otherwise, it will be an object. You are Brahman, you are pure consciousness, you are the witness, and you are the absence of all things, witness of all things. This is Atma Jnana, self knowledge. This is what mitigates your ignorance and enlightens you. But remember, you have to make yourself realize this constantly, because we don't have a normal perception to see ourselves with this worldview. No. So we have to build it, because since birth we have not developed this kind of attitude to see the things and ourselves. So you have to start building it. And once you start building it by constantly making yourself remember that I am the pure consciousness, I am not these body, mind and ego and intellect, which I think I was, then slowly and slowly you will be able to see that you will reach a state where you will lose your conscious doership, and you will become you will realize that you were ever the witness of everything. Okay, and this pure consciousness is the fundamental reality which manifests itself through Maya, and in the process reveals itself. For example, like electricity is there. Electricity runs through wires, but we cannot see electricity with our naked eyes. We can only know the presence of electricity if it passes through certain device. If it is lighting up a bulb or a tube light or any other electrical device, only then we will be able to know that okay, the electricity is present. Similarly, consciousness, pure consciousness is always evident. Without it, nothing will exist. It always is there, and in the process of manifestation it reveals itself. Okay, and what we have to understand is we are that. We are not this. So ultimately that is our absolute reality. The one who is established in this understanding is liberated. That is what we call moksha, or the person who is enlightened. And the one who is not, who thinks that body mind is the ultimate reality, world, material world around me is the ultimate reality, is trapped, is still in ignorance, ajnana, and hence will always never be free from dukkha or suffering. So this was a simple logic to understand that how we are the absolute pure consciousness and not the Panchakoshas. I hope that you like the video today, and if you liked it, share it, comment it, and subscribe the channel. The link is in below. Otherwise, we will meet in the next video with some new topics, interesting topics to discuss. Till then, goodbye and thank you.